and then we're all going to be joining Ron on New Arcturus.
Who's Jesus Christ in his current life?
I can't talk about it. I can't even tell you.
Why?
Because I don't want this data given out. It was given to me. It was given to me on the strictest confidence, and it's part of my mission. If you read the Holy Book of Life, my mission is to exteriorize Jesus Christ and put him put him out of ARC with everyone. And once that occurs, Earth will be okay.
Wait a second. When you say exteriorize it, how do you intend to do that?
Not with R-245, believe me. Nothing that involves any violence. I'm talking about get him out of his body, coax him out of his body, and put him basically in a null sequence where he can no longer get into ARC with anyone else here.
Why can't you tell us who he is?
I can't tell you.
I'm your attorney. I'm here to help you.
I know that, but I can't tell you because I can't have any... My immediate life is not as important as my mission. And when it comes to that, I can't disclose the information.
Is he an American?
I can't discuss it.
Well, there are a lot of Americans. I won't be able to guess if you just
if you told him if you told us where...
He's an American.
He is an American.
Yeah.
Is he a Floridian?
I'm not going to discuss
14 million people in Florida.
He's not a Floridian.
I have better odds on the lottery.
He's not a Floridian.
He's not a Floridian.
But that's it. That's
west of the Mississippi?
Actually,
there are 12 million people.
Actually, east.
East of the Mississippi.
New York, huh? He lives in Newark, New Jersey.
No, and I'm not going to discuss it any further.
Okay, all right. All right, what'd you do on the Marquab planet, or the Marquab Confederacy?
I collapsed foreign currencies for a living.
You did what?
I collapsed foreign currencies for a living.
How'd you do that?
Very simple. That was my training at that point. That was why, another reason why I was chosen to, well, anyway.
You're chosen to do what?
By the organization to go into becoming a stockbroker.
Yeah.
Because on Marquab, what would happen was, this. There would be a currency that was looking to borrow money from the main lending institution of the planet. Politics were a little different from here. And as soon as this country wanted to borrow money, the lending institution, of which I was their computer operator, would say, fine, you got the loan. You can pick up the loan for your country on such and such a day. At that point, I would start selling their currency short on a commodity exchange. And what would occur is that when you sell a currency short, there are no buyers, there are only sellers. And everyone would be panicked into selling the currency because we were like the World Bank. That's the analogy I can use. And as I sold the currency short, everyone else followed suit and there were no buyers. And eventually, for example, what I would do is I would buy the currency back just before it went bankrupt, at the bottom. Follow? And in this way, we collapsed currencies. How we would do it is very simple. When we would promise to give them the loan, we would find some excuse not to loan them the money. Meanwhile, we had already taken our position selling the currency short. When we refused the loan, everyone else would start to sell the currency short. And we virtually collapsed the currency.
Wasn't that wrong?
No.
Why not?
Because that was my job. It was not. That was how politics were on Marquab. In fact, Peter Letteries gave me an award, which is hanging up on my wall right there, for doing that. Did you ever see that award?
No.
And I was in Who's Who in Technology Today for collapsing currencies.
There's an actual publication that you have a copy of?
Yeah, that's a legal document.
Okay.
Peter Letteries gave that to me as a gift.
But you said you were in Who's Who of Technology Today.
Today, as a currency collapser.
Do you have a copy of that?
No, but it's available through the Library of Congress.
Well, Who's Who in Technology Today is a Scientology.
No, it was he did that as a reward for an upstat. he entered me in Who's Who in Technology Today because on the whole track I collapsed currencies.
But Technology Today is a Scientology publication.
No, it isn't.
No.
It is not.
It's a WOG publication?
It's a WOG publication.
So then how would they recognize such a thing which wouldn't make any sense to them?
He put me in the magazine, and there's my award.
Have you ever seen it?
I got this award in the mail.
But have you ever seen the magazine?
Not in the magazine. It was a book. Yes, I have. In fact, it's in my North Carolina house.
So you have a copy of it?
Yeah, it's somewhere up there.
Okay.
Okay.
In your whole track experience, did you get involved in any events that were fairly common in the whole track experience of other Scientologists?
Oh, yes.
What were some of those?
Well, polishing the same brick on our Slykus.
What was that?
10,000 lifetimes. Have you heard of that? That
You
common
mentioned
experience?
it, but
Yeah.
was that fairly common for Scientologists?
I
to
think
discover
so.
that?
I think so, because it was part of our... Where is that... that... Give me that page for a second. I'll show you.
What's that you're looking at?
Well, I'm particularly referring to a track map which indicates that. Our Slykus is a place where roads were built in space.
Mm-hmm.
And my job was to polish the same brick for 10,000 lifetimes. After the body would die, they would immediately give me another body. They would keep a body in pawn and give me a new body. In fact, here it says tracks of pieces of body held in pawn. This is a relationship of the thetan and the genetic entity in this particular
Is
thing.
Slykus a place that other Scientologists would be likely to
Yeah,
recognize
except
the
they
name
spelled
of?
it wrong. Isn't it interesting that on this map, it's, I don't know who wrote this, but they spelled it wrong. They spell it A-R-S-C-L-Y-C-U-S. The correct spelling is A-R-S-L-Y-C-H-U-S.
So Slykus would be a name that would be recognized by other Scientologists because it was part
It's
of
in
the
here.
common... Oh, okay. Why don't you read it from the technical dictionary?
Sure. I thought it was. It isn't. It isn't. I thought it was.
But where does it figure in Scientology mythology?
In what?
In Scientology mythology. In other words-
Mythology. What a suppressive thing to say.
Okay, what word would you prefer me to use?
Scientological track history.
Okay, in Scientological track history.
It's mythology. Oh boy. Don't do that to me, please.
Okay.
You want me to like you?
In track history.
Okay. Well, here it is. This is a track map, which is not only for me. It's used by Scientology to track incidents. And here it is. This is not.
So Slykus is a place that every Scientologist who had been processed to the level that you had been processed
would have had
likely-
some interaction with.
Okay. What are some other common place names or common experiences?
Markhab. In fact, here, Markhab, I think, is for sure in here. And needless to say, I didn't look them up because I know them so well. Markhab Confederacy. Okay? Various planets united a very vast civilization which has come up forward through the last 200,000 years. Now, that's wrong, because on my track, it was 4 billion years ago, and it was destroyed by Christ.
Was Markhab a place written about by Hubbard in some of his science fiction writings?
I don't think so.
So do you have any idea how it gets into the dictionary?
Well, because of a lot of... first of all, I'll tell you how. It was on St. Hill Special Briefing Course number 291, which is here. Yeah, I see it. Hold on a moment. It's on a tape called Auditing Com Cycles, Definition of an Auditor,
Uh-huh.
which is St. Hill Special Briefing Course 291, done on the 6th of August, 1963.
And what does Hubbard say about it on that tape?
He said it was a decadent, kicked in the head society.